Hey kids, it's time for another exciting episode of KWJUDAS. Oh my God! Does anybody know what that sound was? That was the sound of the Sons of Thor. Here on KWJUDAS, Free Radio Provo, yeah. Sorry, I'm excited. This is my first time I've had a band back in the studio in over a month now. It's not just that we've been doing Halloween shows and shit. It's also that every guest I've had for the last 4 weeks has canceled. Usually death-related.
Yeah, we heard that. Yeah.
So, at least nobody died for you guys.
Not
and
yet,
you made it.
That's true. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty close.
You come close a lot, but it's all right.
I was afraid that it might still be the case because October's not over yet.
Yeah.
But the Halloween series technically is now, so that's how I figured we would be safe to do this.
Yeah.
So yeah, Sons of Thor, how long have you guys been a band?
You want to take this one?
Sure.
I don't have the greatest memory.
Probably the guy with the greatest memory should be answering at least some of the questions.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we've been a band for about a year and three quarters now.
Not bad, not bad. You already got these 4 tunes that we're debuting. Have you been actively playing shows?
Yeah.
As much as we can.
Much as we can.
Without a bass player?
Well,
we just get sessions.
we got a couple fill-ins.
Yeah, we had a permanent bass player for the longest time, but he was a part of multiple bands, so we couldn't have him.
I figure you guys harassed him too much because he's a bass player.
No,
I have too much respect for bass players to harass them.
exactly.
That's good. That's good. I think bass players get too much of the bad rap, and I'm a bass player too.
Yeah.
And I don't like to not have to want to admit that. It's not embarrassing, guys. Fuck you guys.
It's not. No. It's
I'm not that good at bass, so
Yeah. Can you do it? Can you do it?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No.
Yeah, yes, you can. I'm sure you can.
Can you play
Anyone can
Berber
play
Bang?
bass.
I did
that's
once.
that's what you do with your lesser guitarist. Is you put him on bass.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Okay, so we got you do vocals.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, what's your name?
My name's Axel.
All right, and introduce yourself, please.
I'm David. I'm the drummer.
The Skins.
hi, I'm Sydney. I do the guitars.
He does the guitars.
Does
He does not play them. He
it
does.
may be
them.
literal.
And then you do.
I will
some-
neither confirm nor deny that statement.
That's probably the best response to maintain phase here on KWJUDAS Free Radio Provo. Didn't you say you also did some like lo-fi stuff?
Occasionally, yeah, for some of my solo stuff, but that's not important at the moment.
No, not really. Who cares?
Yeah. Screw your stuff, man.
Yeah.
No, he came in here and he heard I was listening to some, and I'm like, man, I'm actually kind of starting to get into that shit. So, maybe we'll have to have you on with your solo stuff someday
It'd be a really boring podcast with just me.
when I feel like ever doing KWJs again. Man, once this season is done, I'm taking a fucking break. You guys are lucky you got in when you did, because I just happen to have, another cancellation.
Yeah, thanks for letting us be on here, man. This is cool.
Nah, and I dig y'all's music.
Heck yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, I feel like Utah needs more the metal.
Right.
Yeah.
Of all types.
Yeah.
Because anyone who's into the metal knows that there is many types of subgenres of the metal. And y'all
Now
do
you're just making me think of Tenacious D.
this Thor shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Viking metal. Tenacious D didn't do much of that.
No, their song The Metal.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even know that was a Tenacious D song.
I didn't either.
It's not. It was originally a monomarth. They just
that
made it
makes
less
sense.
Viking and ripped it off.
Sadly. Viking music is badass.
Yeah.
Nobody questioned that? Really? Come on. You guys,
There's a lot,
you let me get away with that one? I don't even know any of Monomarth. I'm sorry.
Oh, shit.
I've never listened to a Monomarth in my life.
I watched them open for Gwar.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of bands on that lineup, and it was a very mixed bag of metal genres and subgenres. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that they called it just like the Sounds of the Underground tour, and if you get Gwar to headline, you don't have to care who else is playing underneath them. Really, it's true. I've only seen one show where Gwar wasn't the headliner, and that was Cradle of Filth who headlined it, and everybody was just fucking Gwar'd out. You know, even if you wanted to Cradle of Filth, you had just been Gward. And so, yeah, this one was pretty brutal, though. I mean, like, you had As I Lay Dying next to, like, Job for a Cowboy, which, like, just the mosh pit, the difference of mosh pit was insane. You know what I mean? Like, you got, like, As I Lay Dying, just a bunch of, just hitting each other and slapping each other and throwing elbows. Job for a Cowboy came on. I don't know how familiar you are with either of these guys' music, but there was no safe place. Like,
I'm
usually
aware
when
of
a
like the
mosh pit-
vibes of the bands. I don't think I've listened to any of their music actively, so I couldn't really tell you. But I'm aware of the vibes.
They're fun. I don't really like As I Lay Dying. I could only chill for that for just a sec. But Job for a Cowboy was a lot of fun because, as I say, usually when you got a mosh pit, there is like the walls of the pit where if you don't want to participate, you just kind of back away, and you can be like part of the crowd still. But no, once these guys started, everywhere you looked was just pandemonium. There was no wall of crowd. Everyone was going ballistic. It was like being like a war scene in Braveheart. You're just like, oh my God, everyone's getting fucked up. I watched this one dude who was built like a tank. There's this other skinny kid doing like the As I Lay Dying punches, trying to do that. Didn't work. Did not work. This dude grabs him by the head, does like a half turn and just throws him like a cat. And he's like scrambling around trying to land on his feet. And I was like, whoop! He flew horizontally. He just threw the crowd. There he goes. It was a fun show.
Human Frisbee. Haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah. He pretty much tossed him like a frisbee.
Hopefully we can get one of those at our shows.
Yeah.
Oh, we definitely will. We'll ask somebody to do it.
Yeah.
Just get that guy at your show.
Yeah,
I don't know how to find him.
Just
but
wait till I
maybe-
whip out the 8-string.
If maybe we just gotta put Job for a Cowboy with As I Lay Dying and Guar again, and we'll find that guy.
Yeah.
And we're like, dude, you're in the band. You don't play anything, but
just
you're in
throw
the
people
band.
around.
You're doing some frisbees up for us.
Just toss people like frisbees at every fucking show. You can be on the stage. You can throw one of us like a frisbee.
Yeah,
Who cares?
Throw me, I'm the lightest.
It makes us a lot of money.
And you're already standing there with your guitar. I mean, you're a perfect target.
Yeah.
I got the drum kit to protect me.
Yeah, Amon Amarth was fun, but I didn't see anyone get thrown like a frisbee.
Was it really a metal concert if you don't see someone get thrown like a frisbee?
If that is the case, then I have seen way less metal shows than I thought.
Yeah. Same.
If that's the case, I've only been to one metal show then. Damn. I guess, Nile doesn't count. Imperial Triumphant doesn't count. Any of those black metal or death metal bands I've been going to, no. That's pussy shit. I ain't seeing nobody frisbee flying like a boomerang.
Went to see Sabaton and Epica last month.
Sabaton was the same night as I went to go see Polka Dot Cadaver.
There you go.
Yeah, right across the street.
Yeah, and Epica does this. They do this crazy thing on their final song where they have the entire audience line up on either side, and then when the song starts, you all run into each other.
The
like
wall
in
of
a
death.
battle. And it was insane. Like nowhere was safe. Like everybody was lining up. Like you were part of that, whether you wanted to be or not. It was
Yeah,
insane.
you just choose whatever side, and just
Whichever
you're kind of
side has
out of
more-
control at that point. You're no longer
Pick a side,
You
hope
don't
for the
have a
best.
choice, kind of thing. I've tried to stay in the middle. You can,
Oh yeah.
You're just going to die.
but you get hit on both sides instead of just one. That actually also happened at the same show I was talking about, probably during Job for a Cowboy again. Because Guar, you can try to do the whole division thing, the Wall of Death, but you got to be Moses to part that Red Sea.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, it's literally a Red Sea. Have you guys ever been or know what Guar does?
Oh, yeah.
Not really.
It's just a big fucking bloodbath. I mean, they literally douse the whole arena in fake blood. And afterwards, you're seeing people lay on the floor making blood angels and shit.
that's
It's
awesome.
so cute.
That's kind of hot.
Kind of is. And also, everybody's covered in blood. So if you're into that,
Yeah, there you go, Sydney.
anybody
I will
with a
never
white
confirm or
shirt,
deny.
you'd love it. You'd love it. You don't even have to be into their music. I think you'd love a Guar show. Too bad they
Probably.
just came. Necrogoblicon. Ever heard of them? That's
Yes.
what they opened for them. And so it's like one crazy gimmick with another crazy gimmick. It was fucking ridiculous. And like all
Goblins
the people that are
and
like
blood.
real metalheads were watching or Necrogoblicon like, have you guys ever seen such pussy mosh pits? And I'm like, dude. I mean, you're kind of missing the point of this
Exactly.
band, I feel like.
Yeah.
Watch the Necrogoblicon videos, then you might get it.
All right. I'm going to try that now.
So, I'm sorry, we're just talking about other fucking metal bands.
Yeah. I don't mind.
Dude, I just love being here, so I'm good.
Hell yeah.
Word.
I am already a little bit stoned, so.
Yeah? You smoke a little bit?
Well, you know,
I hit the booth a few times.
you just step in this room and it just kind of.
This probably
It has these intoxicating vibes. That does it not? Right? I mean,
yeah,
look around.
a little bit.
Let's just sit here and become more intoxicated for a moment.
I can't sit any longer then, man.
All right, let's just get to another song then. What was the name of that last one?
That was Risen.
Risen. And this next one we have here has something to do with a predatorial bird of a sort.
Real quick, Risen, that song you just heard, is going to be released on November 4th. Or by the time this is live, it has already aired. It's on all platforms. Again, the song's called Risen by the Sons of Thor. So go listen to it.
Hell yeah. Sons of Thor on all platforms. By the time this show is out, you can already hear it. So if you haven't yet, check them out. Bandcamp, SoundCloud.
All that stuff.
You got it? You got it. All right. The name of this next tune, Ravens Above Me. As I said, something to do with a raptor.
I like
Above me.
corvids in general. Ravens. close.
Rather ominous and intimidating presence.
Just circle around you before you die.
Yep.
I think that's vultures, but we could say vultures
ravens,
above me.
too.
I mean, it's, you know,
Ravens, man.
ravens are kind of cooler, I think.
Exactly.
Word. All right.
You don't want to know how vultures eat things.
You have to be dead first, usually.
That
Imagine being actually killed by vultures,
That
though.
would be
Like, if they were that desperate and they're just like, nah, he's dead enough.
there's a reason vultures are bald, because in order for them to eat you, they start by shoving their head right up your butt.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's how scavengers work. Have you ever seen a pack of wild dogs just tear at a dead boar? They always start with the anus.
That's the easy split point, right?
Yeah. Anyways, let's
Yeah.
just get to the
'Cause you already
song
got a
before we
hole
get too
inside,
involved
you
in
know,
this
it's already open.
conversation.
You getting tired of it? All right.
No.
No, it's gonna
This is just for everybody else's sake.
Yeah.
I've deliberately been like leaving awkward silence just to see how much longer you guys will go with this. Okay, Ravens Above Me, Sons of Thor,
All right.
KW Judas. Thank you all for joining us tonight.
But there was no way that I'm done.
That's it. Everyone who has heard the Sons of Thor knows that song. I swear.
Everyone who hasn't heard them yet now knows that song.
Yep.
Everyone.
It's the
That's
first
right.
song the band wrote before, like even before I got here.
It's the very first song.
It is.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Is there a story behind that one? Well, you said there's a story behind kind of your whole
The
album.
whole album.
The whole album is one long Viking story that we kind of wanted to like. We didn't want to just write songs. We didn't want to just write albums. We wanted to create like these giant backstories and
No, I like that.
Just create this, like just get people feeling it, get people like really interested and invested, So that one is
COVID hit in Cambria. Sorry.
Motherfucker. I thought we were going to stop talking about other bands.
Sorry.
But,
Continue talking about your own stuff.
They're not the only ones who have done that. Gwar did that too.
yeah,
So did I.
it's a big-
They came from Antarctica. Actually, they came from another planet and crash landed in Antarctica.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, Ravens Above Me is kind of towards the, it's a little towards the end of the story. But basically, Ravens Above Me is the main character dying on the battlefield, and he looks up and he sees the two ravens circling above him.
The
And he
Ravens
knows-
above him, for those who don't know.
He knows that he's dead. He's done. He's not coming back.
so we probably should have played that one a little later.
That's all right.
Well, damn.
Yeah. It gets
You can tell like the rest of the story that leads up to it if you want. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
I think we should let the people hear our music first, and then they can decide while they go through the album what the stories are about.
yeah.
right. And when you're referring to the album, we're not just talking about these 4 songs we got.
Oh
correct.
no, there's like 10 total.
Right. Yeah. You guys.
I'm just
got,
waiting on Axel to record his vocals and then send them to me, honestly.
It's tough for me, man, because I don't live up here.
It's okay.
That was another thing that I found a little bit interesting is just where each one of you guys are from.
Right.
Right. You were from
St. George.
St. George.
Yeah.
And
I live in West Jordan.
West Jordan, and then we got.
I live in Tooele.
Is Tooele even isn't that like a county? You just live in a county?
The city is also called Tooele.
It's like Salt Lake and Salt Lake City.
It's kind of like Fort Gaines, Georgia, where I used to live. Actually, no. No, sorry. No, the county is Clay. Sorry.
Ah, word.
Sorry,
There's a lot
I
of-
have brain damage, so
Well, I think you kind of need to have brain damage to be in a band.
Especially
At least a metal band.
oh, you
No
have
offense.
I'm already autistic. I have like a traumatic brain injury as well to go on top of that, so
I'm sure that helps.
definitely.
Right. You imagine what a guitar player you wouldn't be had it not been for that.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, imagine if I was like neurotypical. God, I'd be boring.
See, I don't know.
I do.
I'm the only one, that finished high school early, and these motherfuckers are smarter than I am.
Yeah.
How does that work?
Cause
You know what? I'll let you
I'm
know
not
when I
gonna
have
get
an
into
answer.
That one, man. That one.
Because you're the one that smokes weed.
Yeah, that's gotta be what it is.
It was the doobies that did it.
I won't deny that.
Takes a long puff off the vape. See, that's why I think it's good to just stay average.
Yeah.
There you go.
Don't graduate high school early, but
Yeah.
still graduate.
I mean, I have my GED. I guess that sort of counts.
Yeah, that does count.
Yeah, see, like, people are going to expect way too much out of you and not enough out of you.
I'd
This
rather
guy,
have-
he's right in the middle.
I'd rather have it
You're
like
probably
that
fine.
because like
Yeah.
the less people expect of me, the less they like make me do. So like, and I'm like brain-numbingly lazy. Like my aunt yelled at me like a shit ton for me being incredibly lazy, and that's why she pulled me out of 8th grade.
So he kind of graduated early.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a way.
You graduated earlier than I did.
Oh yeah.
I mean, technically, I graduated 2 months earlier than normal people because I got my GED in like April before everybody graduated at the end of May. Because Georgia laws are weird, and I had to take my GED when I turned 18.
They required you to?
No, I just couldn't take it before.
Oh, right. That's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
They don't allow you to even try to get a GED.
Dude, I
Yeah,
Until
graduated
you're
I was
18.
at 17.
I was trying to get it at 16, but then I looked up the laws and I was just like, oh, I have to wait 2 more years.
So I just sit around and fuck myself,
Exactly.
not educated, and not
Literally all I
able to get
did-
a better job.
So here's the thing. From like the time I left
That's-
8th grade up until I got my GED, literally all I did was practice guitar.
There you go.
Hey, it worked.
There you go.
Yeah, it worked out.
And now I'm really good at guitar.
Facts.
And now we can't find anybody in the state of Utah who can play my riffs.
Yeah,
That
that
is
means
an
that you got to
honorary
get famous with those riffs, man. Because I mean, that's like your whole future right there.
Yeah.
No education, just guitar riffs.
Yeah. And on top of that, I like practice songwriting as well. So, you know.
You can always get on one of those public domain things and just like submit your music, and then other people use it, and you get paid every time they do.
Hell yeah.
If you want to be a songwriter, that's how you make the bank.
I've considered doing that. I just don't know like what websites to use.
I've considered doing that too, and have kind of the same problem. I
Like
know
on a
it's
serious note, if you know like what's websites, then like please tell me. I will absolutely do that in a heartbeat.
Well, here's where I get a lot of my background music and sound effects is just a website called freesounds.com. And I've actually been contemplating submitting some of my, there's a lot of times where like I can't find something, they don't have, and so I have to make it myself. And so I'm like, well, why don't I just
Put it on
put
Free
it on
Sounds.
there too? As far as like how they do it or monetizing it, like how would you get paid? I have no idea. I haven't quite looked that far into it. But freesounds.com is where I get all my stuff, and I would almost submit things because I've taken so much shit from their website. Be like, oh, you guys can, here's a few freebies.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to use them, cool. But they do music and sound effects. There's a lot of electronic music, and there's even some like rock and metal, usually instrumental, like without
I can do
vocals.
corporate rock.
But yeah, corporate rock. Yeah, dude, there you go. A lot of corporate pop. Just listener-friendly stuff, People
Yeah.
it's like, just imagine people are trying to make videos just at home, and they're going to need all sorts of dumb stuff for the backgrounds of their videos. So
Yeah.
anything that could be used in a video.
Somebody's trying to do an ad with sports in it. I know exactly what to do.
Right. If you've got tons of sports music, I'm sure that they'll take all of it. And it's a website that gets used pretty frequently.
I mean, I can write and record a song in about like 2 or 3 hours tops. So
Really, yep.
There you go, freesounds.com. I paid you back. I plugged you on my show.
There you go.
Throw 'em a
No,
bone.
I'm not going to donate. I'm fucking sorry. Hey, put a link to freesounds.com in every one of my descriptions. So there, that's your payment.
There you go. Take it or leave it.
And I just told this guy to work for you. I'm signing up fucking employees for these guys. Fucking ask me for donations.
Come on, throw 'em a bone.
Bullshit. Yeah, you should be paying me.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a recruiter here.
Man.
So anyway,
I
let's
forgot
get to
what we were
another
talking
song,
about.
shall we?
Yeah, let's do that.
Unless you got any more cool story. Let's have a cool story after the next song.
All right.
yeah.
What's this next little ditty?
Praise to the fallen.
Praise to the fallen. This isn't based off of a certain hymn now, is it?
No.
No.
All right.
This song we wrote. I was writing it for the war in Ukraine. What was going
word.
on there. So,
That's still going down.
yeah.
Unfortunately.
So we wanted to write this song to just bring awareness to the troops who are losing their lives and keeping all of us safe and fighting for their country. So.
Cool. Is there a way that you still tied this into your
There
your
is.
story?
Yeah, there
It
is.
actually has 3 different meanings behind the song.
Right. I would imagine that wouldn't be too terribly difficult, to kind of make
Not
that
at
kind
all.
of a connection.
No, it wasn't hard at all. Given that both are essentially about war.
Yeah.
So
Right.
War
It
and death.
it really wasn't hard to tie that one into the story, but
Yeah.
So this is the song of inspiration before your main character dies.
well,
Yeah.
this is technically after.
Yeah. This is that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, this is after.
So the war keeps going without him.
Oh yeah.
Of course it does.
And
War
it-
doesn't
oh,
just
yeah.
end when one guy dies.
Right.
When the hero dies.
Oh yeah, no, it's still going on.
I like that. You keep shit realistic.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear it. Praise to the fallen sons of Thor. KWJUDAS Free Radio Provo.
Sound of the people raising their voice to war, to war.
Oh, the snappy fingers.
Yeah, the snappy
fingers.
fingers.
We're in a coffee shop now.
Yeah. It's a library.
Where's my pumpkin spice latte?
Shh. Quiet.
You know, I don't know why in the hell pumpkin spice gets such a bad rap. You know, you gotta be some kind of yuppie zooby fuck to like pumpkin spice. I mean, fuck off.
You know, I love that shit. I look forward to the pumpkin spice lattes every year. I wait. I'm like, is Starbucks doing the friggin' pumpkin spice
Yeah.
lattes yet?
The pumpkin
I love
ales,
them.
man. The pumpkin ice cream, even, dude.
Hell yeah, dude.
Man, okay.
Pumpkin pie is underrated.
Pumpkin pie is just a little crumb in the fucking cookie
In the
dough.
pumpkin family.
In the pumpkin. Yeah, I mean, especially lately, I swear, every year a new stupid pumpkin thing gets made. You know, I never seen pumpkin ice cream. It's probably happened, but I never seen it till this year. You know, I hate to just like plug another fucking company, but there's these guys.
Oh my god.
Is it Ben and Jerry's?
I get paid by. I'm sponsored, by the way. Private Reserve ice cream is the motherfuck.
Yeah.
Anything with the Private Reserve logo on it.
All right.
I have found out. Only Smith's carries it. It's like how Smith's has Kroger as their cheap shit. Then they have like Private Reserve or whatever the fuck is their not so cheap shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they make like everything. You know, cheese, ice cream, coffee, whatever the fuck. Just been starting to notice this shit. And dude, I'm not even much of an ice cream fan. But motherfucking pumpkin ice cream! Jesus Christ!
Man, I don't think I could ever try that.
I can't eat ice cream. It just
I had
hurts
to.
my teeth.
Yeah.
I'm just like a sucker for shit that should not be. You know what I mean? I
Like
see like
pistachio ice cream.
or like a nacho burger, you know, or like
That sounds like that. That sounds like it should definitely be a thing.
you had to try it at least once. It is a thing. I don't know if it still is, but it was at Denny's at a time. You could order nachos on a burger.
Of course, it was at Denny's.
Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a Denny's.
That's when you know Denny's was getting desperate. They're starting to name their fucking meals after the plain white teas and shit, you know, like give like emo bands their own custom made meals and shit. That's how long it's been since I've been to Denny's. Is when the plain white teas
Denny's?
were a thing still. But there was another place that don't exist no more. They had what they called a mocha burger. Where they cook the patty in coffee grounds and then they slap chocolate on it. It was the shit. It was good. It was actually really good. You know, you sit there
I'm gonna
thinking
have to
like,
try
I
that.
don't know how this is gonna go, but okay, I'll try it. And the owner was there. He said, "Let me make you one. If you don't like it, I'll make you anything else on the menu for free." And I'm like, I'm just gonna say I don't like it anyway. Fuck you, you dumbass. And then like after like halfway through the burger, I just like, I can't lie. I might even come back for another one. Fuck.
Tell him you don't like it, so ask him to make you another mocha burger to see if that one's a little.
Right, yeah. Can I actually get this one with black coffee, darker a little bit, no cream? Actually, no. I want the pumpkin spice. Yeah.
Bringing it back to pumpkin spice.
Pumpkin
Okay.
spice
A pumpkin
burger.
spice burger. Anybody listening to this, I want to fucking see it. You give me a pumpkin spice burger, and I'll give you $5.
It's copyrighted.
$5, guys.
Anytime someone makes a pumpkin spice burger, we get a slice of the pie.
There you go.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. I'm gonna fucking say that's a KWJUDAS original. God
There you
damn
go.
it.
Hell
Now
yeah.
we just need somebody to make it.
Probably Denny's.
You hear
Actually,
that,
yeah,
Denny's?
not a bad idea. We'll get it named after you guys, since the plain white tea's got their shit. It's the Sons of Thor fucking pumpkin spice breakfast burger. And yes, it's only served during breakfast hours. I don't know why.
Because that's usually when I go to sleep.
Well, breakfast hours is usually when I'm eating dinner. You guys seriously got here right after I was done eating breakfast. Man, I feel like such an unprofessional douchebag. They're like, we're early, and I'm like, oh, I hate early so bad.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm like just getting out of bed. I had like all this shit to do today, and it was like, hey, we're almost there. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I had a radio show. Oh!
I heard this is earlier than you usually have it. So.
Usually later, but whatever.
Yeah.
You know, being a nocturnal bastard, you just kind of like wake up and go with whatever happens first, and this was it. So I'm like, I guess I'll get beer after the show. All right. I'll drink this pumpkin spice latte.
There we go.
Yeah.
We got it,
In the
got it.
meantime, before I go and get my pumpkin Hefeweizen. Actually, I don't think that exists.
On the topic of interesting stories, I can give you a couple from when I worked at Walmart.
Oh, yeah, we were going to have story time, kids.
right.
That's right. That's right.
All right, it is officially story time, kids. Our first story is brought to you by the letter this guy.
Hi. So I used to work at Walmart. Whenever I started, I was doing like evening shift, 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. And I was doing the dairy section. So, usually I didn't have to worry about people talking to me because I was usually the one stocking all the gallons and half gallons of milk.
Yeah.
So I was back in the cooler.
That job usually.
I liked it because I didn't have to talk to people.
And dairy manager gets to chill in the cooler during the summertime.
Yeah. It got like hot outside and even inside the store. It got hot, so going in there just like without a shirt on, pretty much. Absolutely amazing. But sometimes they would just like be like, "Hey, Sydney,
You need to put your
like
shirt on.
I mean that cuz like but they'd be like, "Hey, Sydney, we need you to help stock some of the yogurt cuz all of the entire team of dairy people at this Walmart is like stoner teenagers and like literal children, and like you're the only responsible person working the evening shift, so we need you to stock the yogurt." So, I was doing that, and I happened to be stocking all of the sour cream, which was like at the end of like the aisle where we had all the juice and stuff.
Right.
And like the cream cheese. If you know where store 1440 is, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And also, by the way, if you're one of my coworkers who's listening to this, fuck you. Also,
That's what you get for working at Walmart in the first place.
yeah. But honestly, yeah, like I was saying, I was stocking the sour cream, and this lady, It was a middle-aged white woman with an asymmetrical bob and really chunky blonde highlights.
Asymmetrical bob?
It's like a bob haircut, but it's like longer on one side.
Like a Karen haircut, kind of?
Yes, I am describing the Karen haircut.
Okay, you could have just said Karen haircut.
I don't know. Her name was probably like Sherry or something. Actually, no, that's the name of my aunt.
So if Aunt Sherry's listening, fuck you too.
I mean, sure, if you'd like to say that. She probably will listen to this, and
And she probably will.
I'd rather not insult her. She's a very powerful woman in ways that I have not expected. But
Powerful as in she could get KWJUDAS famous?
powerful as in
Get us removed from the air completely.
yeah, pretty much.
Well, good
But,
thing we're not really on the air, and
Just
no one
kidding.
listens to me anyway.
We love you, Aunt Sherry. We were just kidding.
Yeah, you're cool.
Yeah,
Anyways,
you're
back to my story.
It's all
This
those
lady
damn
comes.
Walmart people.
But back to my story. This lady walked up to me and asked me, "Hey, where's the sour cream at?" So I just stood there and looked at her for a second, turned around, and then looked back at her, and it just said, "Right behind me." And then at the time I had like rather long like neon pink hair, so she looked at me dead in my shit and called me a slur.
Dang.
So
Dead at your shit.
I'm saying
So you have your shirt off and you shat on the floor.
I'm saying that as like she looked me right in the face
Good story.
and called me a slur. This just goes to show how like bold Mormons are until it like comes to like getting physical. Like they'll say shit to you that you won't even like
Oh, yeah.
expect to hear. Like they'll say shit to you from like the 50s.
Well,
Yeah.
because to them, it's not that weird.
Yeah.
It's really like to them. I think it's kind of astounding. I grew up pretty Mormon, and going back and hanging out at like a Mormon event or a Mormon congregation, I am reminded of so many things that like to them is just so commonplace that that's just how things are, and you don't even think anything of it when you grew up that way. But then when you've like kind of been out in the quote unquote real world for a while, and you come back in under the veil. and you remember how it is back under the veil. Just a real quick example, not exactly like this, but I had a friend recently, like last year, who got married to a handicapped woman who's kind of deaf, and she's also African American. And just the extremely patronizing comments that all the Mormons would get up and say, like, my friend was doing something so heroic, and they were all so proud of him. Like, okay, obviously he's marrying her for something you people don't even see.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not doing this as, like, a charity case.
Like he doesn't want attention. Like
and
He's probably doing it just because he loves this woman.
exactly
right,
It's
and they're
something
they're
in
kind of
him.
like talking to it like you're so, like, God, I didn't even know. Thanks for relieving this burden from us, for one thing, and for another thing, it's really like a good thing you're doing here, a
I
real
will
act
tell
of
you
service
why.
that you're doing here, and it's like I'm not doing this for an act of service, because like I again see something in her that you people obviously don't, and one of the best comments was the lady who I guess raised her, because she was adopted, and so her adopted parent was like sitting there saying, I can just remember when she was a little girl and she always said that she wanted to get married in the temple, and I just thought that was just so sad because she never probably would.
Wow.
And it's so great that you're doing this for her, and it's like, bitch,
No,
you really like raised this poor girl with the attitude that no one is ever gonna love her enough
Wow.
to fucking marry her?
I mean, you literally.
That is fucking terrible.
I will tell you exactly
And
why that
nobody
is.
in the crowd even batted an eye. I'm sure they were all thinking the exact same thing. They're like, yes, that is an incredible service he's doing.
Wow.
But here's the thing
know?
about Mormons and like the history of Mormons, the way they interpreted the Bible and like specifically Revelations with how like the black mark or like the mark of the beast was placed on
Right.
the people, it came across as dark skin.
Right.
So to Mormons,
Which has never actually been completely clarified.
Yeah.
yeah.
They just kind of assumed that.
Also, the Bible's just been translated so many times, so a lot of
Right.
shit's been changed. Anyways, the reason
went from
Mormons
a
are so
dark
racist is
mark
because
to-
like
well, they dark
they
the whole
say
skin.
like dark skin is like a mark of evil.
Right.
So like they say like the darker your skin is, the more inherently evil you are.
Or your ancestors.
Right.
Yeah.
It dates back to the sins of, in the Mormon culture of Laman and Lemuel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, here's the thing: the Bible takes place in the Middle East.
Right.
Jesus was a brown man.
Yeah.
Most of the fuckers in the Bible were more than likely at least a little bit darker skinned.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, let's be
everybody-
realistic about this.
Jesus was not that fucking white.
No.
A Mormon Jesus was, but Mormon Jesus wasn't the real Jesus.
Right, yeah.
Mormon Jesus was blue eyes and all that, white skin, nice curly brown locks.
Yeah.
Kind of sexy, really. Mormon Jesus. Up on that cross. He's hung like this. Sorry, you guys probably heard that one before.
No.
That's why everybody's all up on Jesus' dick, because he's hung like this.
Well, we got a good
I like that one.
got a good Walmart story from Sydney here. Let's get into something a little more serious here. So.
Okay, yeah, all right. Enough with the funny stuff.
No, this
Give me
is-
something sad.
You guys got to be no. This
Yeah,
is
more
something-
heroes dying under the raven's eye.
Depress me.
All right. Well, I'll give it my best. So.
All right, get ready to cry, kids.
All right. So
This is the sad story.
this is the story of how I found Asatru in Norse paganism.
This one's good.
The
This is a
what?
good one.
I was
This
here
is
for
how I
this.
found my religion. This is how I found where I'm supposed to be,
So this is still a religious discussion.
in a manner of speaking.
Word. This is how you found your way from the Mormon church.
Yeah, exactly.
Were you raised
So,
Mormon?
I was.
All right, so here's the tale.
Please don't feel any sympathy for me. It makes it worse.
Oh, I don't.
But anyway, so once upon a time, I meet this guy.
That's me.
Axel.
This guy.
And
Axel.
yeah,
Achel.
he tells me that he's a Norse pagan, and I'm thinking, the fuck is that? And he tells me that he believes in like the Norse gods, Thor and Odin and Loki and Freya, and I'm thinking,
Word.
okay, Snorted a little bit of crack before he came in here. That's all right.
Or just, Marvel movies. Too many.
Yeah, watches too many
Thor and the
Marvel
Odin
movies,
and
Dude,
the
But one
Loki.
day,
I get that so much.
but one day, he
Yeah,
goes
Marvel
and-
ruined it.
They really did. But one day, he goes and he says, "Hey, I'm gonna go up to the mountains and do an offering." And I'm like, "Oh, wonderful! He's gonna blood sacrifice me." Okay, well,
Sweet.
whatever. I don't have anything better to do that day. I'm sitting on my ass doing nothing. So I said, "All right,
Let's go get
up-
sacrificed."
Let's go up to the mountains and let's go get sacrificed. Let's do it." So keep in mind that at this point in time, clear skies, sunny out. We start driving. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, thundering rain and lightning. We literally can't see a thing. And
Gotta
thinking,
love that.
We're thinking about turning back. We're thinking about okay, maybe we shouldn't do this. Let's go sacrifice a goat some other day. But we go up to we make it up there. We make it up to the spot where we're gonna do the offering. And
And this was here in Utah.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Like,
just
if you mind me asking, roughly what mountains?
Bell's
Like
Canyon.
what area? Oh, okay,
a
cool.
little cottonwood.
I know the area.
Yeah. So we get up to the spot and the rain stops.
Word.
Rain stops. And so we're sitting there, and I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing. He's carving runes on rocks, and I'm just sitting there like, am I seriously talking to Thor right now? I must be cracked out of my mind.
He was making fun of it at first.
Well, I was making fun of it at first. Yeah, I really was. And then I see a raven in the sky.
This is nuts.
And I look at Axel, and I say, Axel, look, it's a raven. And we watch the raven fly across the sky all the way from the right to the left. And as soon as it gets to the far left and we look over, it vanishes.
Disappears.
Literally just disappears in
nowhere.
thin air, out of nowhere. It literally just gone.
Huh.
It didn't fly behind a cloud. It didn't duck for cover. It didn't fall out of the sky. It literally just vanished.
Yeah, unless we-
Without a sound.
And we both, without a sound, and we both saw it. I even said to him, I said, "Hey, you saw that, right?" And he goes, "Yeah, I saw that."
Unless we both blinked at the exact same time.
But yeah, no, that. And I made a joke about Thor getting his ass kicked, and it thundered out for like 60 seconds straight.
Yeah.
Like, we were literally counting the seconds. We were like, this is ridiculous.
I mean, even if that's total coincidence, that's a pretty
Oh, yeah.
awesome coincidence.
It didn't stop until I apologized.
Yeah.
no shit.
I
Went
actually
for like
said,
4 or 5 minutes straight.
I actually said like, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it, and then it stopped.
Yeah.
Damn.
Clear skies on the way home. Everything's fine now.
Yeah.
Like, it was
Damn.
So weird.
And it was just, even though there was no rain, there was still so much thunder and lightning going on. And then, as soon as we started heading back down the mountain, massive thunderstorm again.
Yeah.
Just started right back up.
That is pretty crazy.
A lot of things happened that night I couldn't explain, and it just got me. It just got me. I've been.
But that was the
You're like,
time-
I believe in Thor now.
That was the time he did the crack with
Don't
me.
ever do that again. He did the what?
He did the crack with me that day.
I mean,
Turned him.
I hate how that's everyone's question after they hear a story like that. Be like,
Yeah,
okay,
right.
so were
Which
you high?
drug?
Yeah, which drug
exactly.
were you on, and how much did you take?
Which drug and how much drug?
All my best stories were sober.
Yeah, right. Same
All my
here.
craziest. Okay, I got a lot of fucking crazy stories on so many different levels. But I mean, I'm just like a straight up supernatural, inexplicable. Like anyone I tell this to is just like, what the fuck? That was all before I ever started getting high or drunk or anything.
Yeah.
And so, like, to those who are just like, oh, you must have been smoking something, it's like, you don't know what you're talking about, do you?
All of our best stories are sober, not
I
doing
wish I
anything.
was smoking.
I smoke weed so I stop having freaky shit happening to me. So I stop seeing the spirits, and the clowns won't eat me.
And if you do see it, you just remind yourself you're high, and it's not real.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, it makes it better. Even if it is real, you're like, huh, how about that?
All right,
Exactly.
Axel, your turn. Hit us with a funny one. Mine wasn't funny.
Well, I'm gonna.
No, it was still a really great story, though.
It's
I
a
like
cool-
that. That was
it's a
good.
cool experience.
All right, your turn for story time.
Okay, I'm gonna go into the story because this one's funny, but it's also kind of shitty for us. But you live, you learn. We had a time when David couldn't make it to a show. We didn't have him with us, and
It was March 13th, 2022.
you remember the
How the
date.
hell do you know that? Why the hell do you know that?
Didn't he say he was autistic or something? I mean,
Yeah.
autistic people remember shit.
That's
Yeah,
true.
you got a good memory, man.
But yeah, so we're setting up for the show, and we don't have a drummer, so we got to do it digitally through the speakers.
Whoa, what?
Yeah.
I had to create backing tracks for this.
Yes.
Also,
Just
one
You
of the-
replace
created the drum tracks right there,
like the day before.
Yeah, and then we just.
so you at least knew he wasn't going to be there.
Yes.
I want to
The
say
day
for the
before.
record. I want to say for the record. I told them not to do the show. I did tell them not to do the show. So
But-
Nah, I'm too committed to this shit at this point.
Same. We don't.
Must have
back
been a
out.
real high-paying gig, huh?
I didn't get paid.
Yeah.
I haven't
course you
actually.
didn't.
I haven't actually been
Gee,
paid
what
for
a
any of the
surprise.
shows we've done.
Same.
same. That's how it goes, man.
You got to know how to get paid.
Yeah.
Stick around till the end. No, I'm just kidding. No, really, I'm not kidding, though. Sometimes you didn't even know you were supposed to get paid, and that's why you don't leave early.
Yeah.
When I very first started playing shows, well, you learn that the hard way.
Yeah.
You
The
know?
only show I ever got paid for, I think I made $12.
Well, I mean, that's better than nothing. But like certain little, just like little shit bar shows, even if not hardly anyone shows up, you guys probably haven't really played much bar shows
I only
yet.
played one, and
but
they didn't card me.
well, then you're lucky.
I played one with my dad once.
I'm looking.
They're okay. If you're with your dad, you can still get into a bar, but they're technically not supposed to let people underage even play shows. I actually used to run a venue, and I didn't know that I think it was their bassist or their guitarist was underage until like they got there, and they're like, "Hey, they won't let this guy in. You know, what are we supposed to do?" And I'm just like, "How long is your instrument cable?" I shit you not. We had him stand out in the back alleyway,
Wow.
and we just ran his cord out the back door.
That's awesome.
And his
point-
band still played. Like, his amp was still inside, so they could still hear him, and he had to play from outside.
At that point, you might as well just like let him in.
The bar had already told him that he couldn't get in, 'cause they already knew who he was. And he's like, "But I'm with the band." And they're like, "We still can't let you do it." And so I was like, "Well, if you guys insist on not playing without him, then this is
Yeah.
what we're going to do." And it worked. It's pretty funny, though.
You hear a bunch of like muffled. You hear a bunch of muffled bass playing and screaming outside. He's getting attacked by a honey badger. Let me get the damn venue.
Honey badgers are like the epitome of like Black Air Force One's energy.
They're
Well,
assholes.
We don't have those in the downtown streets of Provo, but there's a lot of just like crazy homeless crackheads lurking about.
That's
That would be more of your concern. If
I was walking home
I was
from
some
Walmart one
kid
day
just
and I
standing
saw
out with a
Honey
nice
Badger.
guitar in the alleyway.
Yeah, right.
Like, I'm gonna get my ass kicked. So I stayed out there with him. Like, do you need any water? Can I get you something? No, it's cool.
Anyway, yeah. Back
maybe a
to
jacket.
Back to the story though.
Word. Yeah. You're not getting out of this one.
I totally forgot I was in the middle of a story.
So you guys had to play a show without your drummer.
Yeah, yeah. And, on stage, it seemed like we were doing great until halfway through. I realized, oh no, I can't hear the guitar. The guitar can't hear me or the bass. So we were just pretty much playing off of measures. And when we got done with the show, you know, people would lie to you and they'd say that was a great show. And then afterwards, everyone knows that's the show that you didn't want to go to for the Sons of Thor because there was no live drums. So, but
to have
you know,
them.
we respect it. And
But at least the
love it.
drums were in time.
Yeah, that's true.
At
Yeah, that was
least,
the
at
only-
least the drummer was solid.
Yeah, we just couldn't hear it.
That was one of the very great moments. I got to have a really, really good "I told you so" moment. During that time.
Hey, you weren't even there, so you don't even get to say that.
I wrote that for as long as I could. I was like, I told you idiots not to play this show. And, look
And then
what
I left the
happened.
bands for 2 months, and these two had to beg me to join back.
Actually,
Like,
technically,
dude, you programmed some mean drums, dude. You should come back.
technically,
In case this
you
guy
stayed
can't.
in the band,
I didn't really.
and he left.
Yeah, technically.
Honestly, I just kind of like quietly left for like 2 months and just kind of did my own shit.
That was
Yeah.
me too.
David
man.
saw me in the Guitar Center, like whenever I was buying my H string, and he was just like, "Hi,"
Yeah,
and we just kind of ignored each other.
know.
And then Axel calls me up like a week later, is just like, "Hey, you want to join the band again?" And I'm just like, "Okay, fine," because I don't know how to say no to people.
that's exactly it. He doesn't know how to say no to me.
That's an excellent characteristic in a bandmate.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
But if you're like, hey, do you want to break up? Then you would.
You'd have to say yes for that.
I don't know.
Just don't ask.
It
the question.
depends on the
Don't- yeah, yeah.
context of like the band breaking up.
Just don't ask those questions. Only
Yeah.
ask questions that like better the band. You know,
Right.
Like, I'm terrible at saying no. I mean, you want to give me $50?
No.
Hey, that's better. That's better. I was gonna say you got to be tactful about how you word these things.
You do know how to say no. Okay.
We had a show kind of like that one, except for we were all on acid, and we thought that we could still do it.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I'm very glad that the headliner didn't show up, because that meant that most of the crowd didn't show up. It was up in Ogden, so we didn't have much of our friends there. And they were the ones supposed to be bringing the crowd. So luckily we didn't embarrass ourselves in front of too many people, but I couldn't say that there's ever been a more like half-assedly congruent performance from me or anyone I've
I'm just
ever
glad
made
Snuff
music
Tape
with.
played after us and like rescued the show.
Who was
Yeah,
that?
that's true. Snuff Tape. They,
Like
they
hardcore band in the area.
Yeah.
They're
I've
pretty
heard
heavy.
that name, Snuff Tape, but I've never heard their music.
Yeah,
It's pretty chunky.
it is.
Chunky.
Chunky in a good way or bad
In a
way?
good way.
Chunky, like spelled with an O.
Chonk. Okay, I'm
That's
sorry.
how you know it's good. If I said it with a U, it's not that good. But with an O, it's amazing.
Yeah, that's like cottage cheese thighs are the first thing that comes to my mind. Back to the Walmart people again.
Who the fuck eats cottage cheese? That shit's disgusting.
I actually have to agree with that.
I was talking about cottage cheese thighs.
Oh.
Okay, you explain to me what chonky means, and I'll explain to you what cottage cheese thighs are.
Here on KWJUDAS, we got a lesson.
It's now your grammar lessons
Yeah, teaching lesson. Here we go.
in diction and urban jargon.
I'm
All
not
right,
teaching this.
chonky.
Generally, just a thick guitar riff that makes you grimace in joyful disgust. Like you just sucked on 30 lemons at once.
I like that.
Which is, in turn, most of my riffs.
That's a good definition for that.
Hell
I
yeah.
like that.
Cottage cheese thighs.
Here we go.
Yeah. What is that?
Yeah.
Is it just like somebody with cellulitis?
To the extent where the ripples of one's cellulite beneath the skin have a cottage cheese-like texture, and said people with said condition tend to show off the cottage cheese ripples with overly revealing cutoff shorts at Walmart.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I'd still hit.
I think I do.
Oh, yep.
You can see the grain
Yeah.
in the fat.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to body shame it, but it's cottage cheese thighs. It's a thing, you know. I didn't make it up. I ain't shaming anyone. I'm just saying that's what it's called.
Right.
When you see someone whose thighs literally look like cottage cheese, what the fuck else do you call them?
Yeah.
There's a difference between
They
like
usually
having
are followed by a cankle or two.
yeah. There's a
at the
difference
bottom.
between having a bit of body fat and like unhealthily fat.
Yeah.
I like a little bit of body fat. I like a little bit
yeah.
of jiggle.
Right.
It doesn't matter who it is, like what your gender is. If you got jiggle, I will absolutely lay my head on your stomach.
But if you got cottage cheese, I will not have you sit on my face. That is how you eat cottage cheese thighs.
Either way, if like
I feel gross even just saying that.
Yeah.
Like, I even just kind of grimaced a little bit, like, I might have to edit that one out when I'm going through this show later.
maybe
I'm still like, ugh. So, pumpkin spice cottage cheese.
Oh god, no.
cottage cheese in general is
Pumpkin
nasty.
spice, we're going-
You know, I try it. I will try it because it sounds interesting. So,
No.
sounds out there a little bit.
He's
so I
lost
try
his
it.
mind.
That's just where one of those,
Actually, you're
those
fired from the
Walmart
band.
people
Yeah.
puts on pumpkin spice leggings.
Oh,
Pumpkin spice everything.
yeah.
Hey, I've heard about edible clothing, but this is ridiculous.
You can just start selling everything, just pumpkin spice.
Pumpkin spice,
Socks,
headphones,
clothes.
yeah,
Yeah, all that.
all of it.
Pumpkin spice beats by Dre.
Exactly.
Pumpkin spice beard oil.
I actually have a pair of Beats headphones.
Are they
Are they?
pumpkin spice?
They're overrated.
Are they pumpkin spice?
No.
They should
Everyone wants to know, is it pumpkin spice?
be.
Exactly,
They
that's
should
what-
be.
Beats are overrated. Just buy like the cheap headphones. You're gonna get about the same level of sound quality.
Well,
I
you're
agree with
clearly paying for the name there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The only reason I got these headphones was for the transparency mode, so I could actually wear them at work and I wouldn't get yelled at.
Right.
And, of course, the lack of any pumpkin spice, so you don't get shit for being a yuppie.
Yep.
I just want to say
Yeah.
for the record, being a Canadian, we do not condone Drake. We do not accept him.
What about Justin Bieber?
That was that. Well,
No, we also we hated him so much we gave him to you, and now they're considering pawning him off. He just keeps moving south.
that's what Canada does with all their worst superstars. Is they just pawn them off
Jiggle
to
your
us.
mouse a
That's where
little bit.
Nickelback came from.
Hey, we got Ryan Reynolds, we got Jim Carrey, we got technically Dwayne the Rock Johnson's of Canadian.
He's a Canuck.
His father is
The
from,
Rock?
His father is from Nova
All right, I
Scotia,
take back everything.
which is where I'm from.
You got to jiggle your mouse a little bit. Your screen turned off.
Yeah, it's all about that jiggle.
Bringing it back to the jiggle.
All right, well, maybe we should play this last song here because I don't know what the fuck we're talking about anymore.
Dude, we can talk about anything.
I had a
You get
feeling
to
you
actually
guys
hear
wouldn't
me
be,
sing in this one.
You
I
wouldn't
think.
have a hard time with just bullshitting about nothing.
We're just talking about crazy shit.
So we get the guitarist doing some lead or backing vocals on this.
I guess you could call them lead vocals because Axel isn't the one singing. I'm the one doing both of the harmonies in the recording.
So what do you do?
Wait, in this one?
Just at the very end of the song.
Oh yeah.
Oh, all right.
Oh yeah, just
He sings the rest of it though.
oh yeah.
Word.
So I'm all the way through until the very end. You'll be able to tell. So
This song is called Odin's Land by the Sons of Thor. Is there any backstory or anything you want to explain before we get to this final number? You did kind of say that you want to talk a little bit more about just
Yeah, so I
your
think
saga.
I think what I'm gonna do is kind of like until the full album's released, I'll give everyone the story behind the songs that everyone knows.
Word.
But until the album comes out, the actual full story is gonna remain a mystery.
yeah.
So for
Gangsta.
Odin's Land, this one comes right after Ravens Above Me. Our main character has died, and he finds himself roaming through the halls of Asgard, looking for the door to Valhalla. And plot twist, no Valkyrie escort. The Valkyrie said, fuck you. You find your own way.
Why?
Because they want him to find his own way.
You do something like piss him off, right? I mean,
No.
You gotta listen to
don't
the
just
rest of
say
the
fuck
album.
you for no
You gotta-
reason.
you gotta listen.
The
You
rest
got-
of the album.
You're gonna do that to me,
You gotta
am.
listen-
Yes.
Yeah, you
mother
gotta-
of Christ.
Gotta listen to the rest of the album.
Mother
They're the
of
ones doing it.
Odin.
I didn't
That's
come
all
up with
you
the story.
get.
I just came up with the riffs.
Yeah, it was mostly our drummer here.
Somebody's got to do it.
Just created
Yeah.
That's just what I do. That's what I do. I created most of the...
the story.
I just get creative and I sit down and listen to them and I say, yeah, that works.
Word.
Yeah,
And also, you got to give the drummer something to do too, right?
exactly.
Ouch.
Or else they get bored.
Get
No,
bored.
really.
I'm
drummers get
programming the
bored way
drums
too
for this
quick, man.
album since I don't have a way to record a physical drum set.
No, I can...
Yeah.
No, yeah, I could... I would say out of all of us, I'm the one that gets bored the most.
See, so I'm not talking shit.
No, you're right.
Drummers, they're just naturally like
My
ADD.
solo project is
That's
20.
how they become a drummer. Is there's just enough,
David.
just enough stuff to bang on.
David, you say you get bored the most easily. I'm 220 songs deep in my solo project after like a year and a half. You get bored easily?
No,
That
no,
means
no.
you don't know the meaning of the word bored,
You
man.
don't
You
get
busy motherfucker.
bored. You don't get
Yeah.
bored easily. You just have way too much free time.
I'm kind of like that. I can relate.
Yeah.
You know, what do? You make use of that free time.
You do.
So you don't get bored. Because idle hands do... What's the Nordic devil? They do...
We don't really have.
Idle
the
hands do the work of
Loki's
the devil.
work.
We don't really have a devil.
Yeah. Who's the devil in that
Loki would
in
be
that
the
game?
Loki would be the closest,
but
I
he's
think.
just like mischievous.
He's not really a devil. He's just a.
They don't have a
he's just
full-on adversary
No, he's
Right.
just a trouble.
or a ruler of the underworld.
Not.
He's like the middle sibling that that nobody really likes.
No, hella.
Well, yeah, her too.
Yeah, she's.
Word.
But she doesn't really like. She doesn't really get brought up a whole lot. Like
No,
it's-
we don't
she's the
have
ru-
good and evil in our religion.
Well, you're the ones writing the story. I mean, make somebody evil. Fuck.
I mean,
Why is that?
Create something. I mean, Jesus, this is your story, man.
it's hard to give you the story. It's hard to actually explain this when I'm having to kind of skip through.
Exactly.
Oh, no, we don't want you to reveal too much, you know.
The
I'm just
space-
saying.
No, but you have to understand is that Ravens Above Me, Odin's Land, and Praise to the Fallen are literally on the album in that order. So there is literally a gap, a 7-song gap between Risen and
Yeah.
Ravens Above Me.
I'm kinda
we're
getting
missing
that.
a lot
Like,
of story.
We're kind of leaving out, like, most of the plot line here.
Yeah.
And also the heaviest song on the
the
album.
heaviest songs are also.
Well,
These are
that
more
definitely gives anybody right now something to very much look forward to
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah.
when
I go crazy.
the music drops. Do you actually have any kind of like a release date or like a plan for when this is going to be coming out?
We do
We're
actually.
thinking like December 23rd for the album because I see a lot of people complaining on social media that Mariah Carey's Christmas music is going to come out soon. So
You're gonna have to be before the 23rd if you want to. You should have already released the shit and get the shit on fucking every goddamn speaker
Axel,
on every
send me your
goddamn
vocals.
grocery store.
All I want
Send me
It's
your vocals,
playing
and I have the
now.
whole album done in a day.
Mariah Carey, all I want for Christmas is for you to shut the fuck up.
So this is not just gonna be like a concept album. It's gonna have a Christmas theme.
No. We just want to get
someone
Mariah
listen to.
Carey shut off and have people listening to something better.
It's gonna take a lot of work, a lot of
Oh, yeah.
dedication.
Oh, yeah.
I'm with you in that cause, though.
Hell yeah.
yeah.
You have the support of KWJUDAS and Free Radio Provo. Let's make the world a better place and get Mariah Carey's Christmas off the air.
Yeah.
Or get Mariah Carey to write a new Christmas album.
There we go.
Make it metal.
That would be okay.
No.
Yeah.
Get me to do a cover of it.
Make it metal.
What?
I will turn
There
it
you
into
go.
deathcore.
Do we
Do some Christmas,
Are we
yeah,
gonna-
some
yeah.
Mariah Carey Christmas.
Sons of Thor
Death
Christmas
style.
album? Is that?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay, Sons of
Actually, wait, no, I think
Who's the Nordic Santa Claus?
Odin.
Odin, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, it wouldn't be that hard at
Dickie
all.
Allen and
So
Nick
this is
Nocturnal
kind of a
already
Christmas
did, All I
thing. You
Want for
got
Christmas Is
songs
You.
about Odin, right?
Yeah.
so we'll have to do another one. Or do it better than Dickie Allen.
All right, well, this is Santa Claus's land here on KWJUDAS,
Oh yeah, I like that name. We might change it to that.
the Christmas remix. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. Look for Sons of Thor on pretty much all social media platforms, anywhere you go to download music or listen to music, and there will be more to come. Probably about the end of December, so keep your eyes peeled and your ears waxed. Is that it? Who'd you? I heard that, goddammit.
Jesus. I don't even know what's going on. I didn't hear anything.
Hey, not in this place.
I know.
Santa Claus land.
Not in this
KWJUDAS. we'd like to thank you for joining us on another exclusive and exciting episode of KWJUDAS on Free Radio Provo. We now return you back to our regular Free Radio programming.